Hey, it's NPR's Book of the Day. I'm Andrew Limbong. We are in the complete pits of winter. As early as, I don't know, 4 in the afternoon, I can already look through the window of my office and see the sun start to go down. There is, I suppose, some romance to the season, some beauty. Val McDermid's book, Winter, The Story of a Season, is all about finding that beauty to the season. In this interview with NPR's Daniel Estrin, she goes into some of her favorite winter traditions, and not to spoil it, but she does break out into song for a bit. That's ahead.
This message comes from Whole Foods Market. Follow your wellness goals and save big with sales on supplements and vitamins. Explore an abundance of high-quality multivitamins, probiotics, and protein powders. Keep good habits going strong. Cook homemade meals featuring sustainable wild-caught sockeye salmon and many more delicious and lean protein options. For wellness when you need it, shop Smart Meal shortcuts to stay motivated, like ready-to-eat salad kits. Shop all things wellness at Whole Foods Market.
This message comes from Kachava. It feels good to connect to your simpler side. Simplifying your wellness with Kachava's all-in-one nutrition shake feels good too. With 25 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, greens, and more, no fillers, just the highest quality ingredients. Simplify your nutrition at Kachava.com and use code NPR. New customers get $20 off an order of 2 bags or more now through January 31st. That's KACHAVA.com, code NPR.
The Scottish author Val McDermid is best known for her crime writing, a world of brutal murders and dark alleyways. But contrast that with her latest book, where, among other things, she meditates on the nature of soup. I believe the world is divided in two, she writes, those who think soup is a meal and those who are wrong. Winter, the Story of a Season, is her ode to memories of winters past and a heartfelt appreciation of all the season has to offer.
I like the contrast with being out in the outside where it's crisp and cold and you come indoors and it's all warm and lovely and you can sit down with a good book and a good fire and a wee glass of whiskey. What's not to like about that?
Well, I must confess I am a winter Grinch. Did you write this book for people like me?
Well, I'm kind of hoping it charms you into winter as well. One of the great things I think about winter is it's full of interesting festivals. It's a way that everybody has something to celebrate, can do it during winter.
You could have called this book Writing, because it feels like also a guide to writing.
The room where I do most of my work has 2 windows, both with vistas of trees. On one side, mature beeches and silver birches. In winter, the first frost produced the crunching underfoot of the pericarps left behind after the acorns have been plundered by squirrels, a percussive counterpoint to the susurration of the fallen leaves. Seen from my desk, the branches and twigs form a kind of roadmap. Tracing their paths is the perfect mindless activity when I need to let the wheels turn so the next piece of prose can form in my head. Winter makes it easy to follow strange tracks in my mind.
You're a crime writer. Do those long winter nights get you in the mood for murder?
I think they do. Just even sitting at my desk looking out the window, there's not much movement because it's a nature reserve across the road from me, and there's no lights in the nature reserve. So sometimes, there are shadowy figures walking through the nature reserve, and sometimes they have dogs, and sometimes they don't have dogs, and they make me wonder: if you don't have a dog, what are you doing wandering about a cold, lonely nature reserve in the middle of the night when you know a place quite well? You see something peculiar one day, you think, what is that pile of leaves doing there? That wasn't here the last time I came through. Should I investigate? No, I think I'll just go home now.
The imagination runs wild.
Well, traditionally in the detective novel, of course, it's always someone out walking their dog who comes across the body. One of the reasons why I don't have a dog.
This book is a celebration of winter, but winter isn't all coziness and creative inspiration for everyone, is it?
No, it's not. And I'm very aware of that. That was brought to my attention, I suppose, when I was an undergraduate at Oxford. One of my friends mentioned after dinner one night, when we were all sitting around having cups of coffee, she'd heard about a charity called the Cyrenians who had a barge on the Oxford Canal where homeless people could go for a hot drink or some soup and just some shelter. And it seemed to me to strike a note with some of the folk songs that I'd learned in my earlier youth, songs like The Streets of London and Alan Hull's Winter Song. And I went round and volunteered, talking to homeless people, making them cups of tea, listening to their stories. And realizing that not everybody had, if you like, a bed to sleep in or a place to go where they could call home. It makes me angry and it makes me sad that we're so busy enjoying our lives that we don't think about the people who are condemned to living on the streets.
Yeah, and you write about that beautifully in the book.
Thank you.
You do write a lot about Scottish winter traditions in this book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think my favourite is probably Hogmanay. For me, it's a mixture of memory, I suppose, a sort of sentimental memory of New Year's as I was growing up, where the family would come together and every member of the family who was in the room would have a party piece, so a song or a poem or some story to tell. And now we spend a lot of our time in a wee village on the East Neuk of Fife, which is about an hour's drive from Edinburgh. And at midnight on New Year's, we all go down to the harbour and we have fireworks at the harbour, and everybody hugs and kisses and wishes each other Happy New Year. It's very sociable. Sometimes somebody has a wee party afterwards, or sometimes a few of us go back to one house or another house. It's a time for friendship and companionship, and a reminder of what pulls communities together, I suppose.
We've just celebrated New Year's. A lot of us sang Auld Lang Syne by Robert Burns, widely regarded as Scotland's national bard. And his birthday is celebrated later this month. How will you be marking that occasion?
Well, I'll be at a Burns supper.
A Burns supper, yeah.
A Burns supper, which consists usually of a bowl of soup, cockaliki soup, and then goes on to the main course, which is haggis, neeps, that's turnips, and mashed potatoes, totties. And this is served up usually with a whiskey gravy. And you have your lovely, lovely, lovely Burns supper meal. And then commences the main part of the evening, which is the speeches and the songs. There are certain set speeches, the main one of which is the toast to the immortal memory of Robbie Burns. These speeches are interspersed with songs and recitations of Burns' poems and songs. Invariably, someone does Tam O'Shanter, which is a wonderful, wonderful reading if it's done well. There's a climactic moment in the poem where Tam O'Shanter calls out, "Well done, Cutty Sark!" And nobody who isn't Scottish has the faintest idea what that means.
Yeah, what does it mean?
It means, well done, lassie in the short petticoat.
Care to treat us to a Robert Burns poem you particularly love?
Well, if I'm singing at a Burns supper, I'll sing Green Grow the Rashes, which is, there's naught but care on every hand, and every hour that passes, what signifies the life o' man, and swearna for the lasses, Green grow the rashes, green grow the rashes,
the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies,
Some of the songs that the Burns Pub guys who've been doing this for years because they love it, some of the songs they sing will be less familiar to people. There's Cold Kale in Aberdeen and Castogs in Stumbogie. Milk a lad man hae his last and five me Macogie.
Macogie sirs, I can't want Macogie.
It's like listening to things in a foreign language, I suppose, for a lot of people.
That's true.
But the rhythms are good and the tunes are good. It's hard not to be drawn into it.
Val McDermid, author of Winter, The Story of a Season. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
This message comes from MIDI Health. Co-founders Joanna Strober and Dr. Kathleen Jordan discuss why they started a virtual care platform to empower and educate women in perimenopause and menopause.
Historically, perimenopause and menopause have been very stigmatizing. So people haven't wanted to admit that they're in perimenopause and menopause, as though it was like embarrassing, which is insane. It's just something happening to your body, right? But we've been embarrassed about it. So one of the things that we're trying to do is destigmatize these topics. Perimenopause and menopause are just women's health. So what we try to do is we try to educate women all the time. Maybe it's your hormones, and we would like to help you.
Yeah, and I find women actually want to talk about it. It's one of the things they always comment at MIDI is that they finally feel heard. One of the ways that women find MIDI is actually from other women. That's actually a common way that people find us, and I think it's meaningful.
Discover how MIDI can help care for you at joinmidi.com.